not for show. This is not for you all anymore. This is not an illusion. This is real. This is real life and real death. Famasa died yesterday. To some of y'all, oh, okay, just a cat dies. Often their lives are short. Many people have had cats that die every day. And it doesn't make a difference to me. I'm not supposed to care that much. That's what a little voice inside your head is saying. You're not supposed to care that much. You're not supposed to be impacted. Nasa is teaching me final lesson. To be real. To feel real feelings. This is what you see when you. This is what you will see. You stop distracting yourself with illusions. This is what you see when you stop being fake. This is what you see when you stop being who they want you to be. Also, you suddenly fell sick. 11 hours later, you're dead. I watched you struggle to breathe for 10 hours. I watched you lose your ability to swallow. I watched you drown trying to breathe air. I watched your breath get shorter and shorter and smaller and smaller. I watched you try to breathe as hard as you can for hours and hours, and then you stopped breathing. And you made your death face. I saw your death face. It was beautiful. It was terrifying. It was ferocious. This after 10 hours of struggling to breathe. The last hour, you couldn't close your eyes. You lost function of your eyes. I knew that was it. And you silently tried to breathe. And when I took you out of the car to bring you to the bed, you gave your last cry to me. Goodbye, as I lifted you up. And you're just a cat. I'm not supposed to cry, they said. I'm still in shock. There's no way to make anyone understand. That you came to teach me. And then when you taught me everything you had to teach me, you immediately died. To teach me one last lesson. Letting go. Facing fear, not being afraid. Not being afraid. You understand? Be afraid. Be afraid. And die to it. Did you see that? That happens a lot. When I receive a spiritual message. Synchronicity, I guess they call it. You have a revelation, say it out loud, and maybe the wind blows fiercely at that moment. the lightning strikes, almost like a movie, a cheesy cliche director trick where they say something and then dun, 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 lightning. But it happens in real life. When it happens in real life, makes you think, doesn't it? Tomasa, you came to teach me something. To teach me how short life is. And you wanted to waste no time holding grudges or being angry. Fumasa was never angry. Mas nunca tem medo.
Sim.
Ela corre para brincar. Ou ela gosta mesmo. Ela ataca.
Peraí, pai. That's what she.
Ele sabe. Vida é curta. Não tem tempo para medo, ou ódio, ou raiva. Não raiva. Ela ataca sua cabeça e me perna. Deixa-me entrar em medo. Sozinho. Mas não raiva com você, não medo. Ela quer entrar. Ela quer correr. Eu não quero amar outro gato. Eu não quero outro gato.
Não fica assim, gente.
Não, falando, ele sabe. Eu sabe, ele vai ter curta vida. Eu não quero abrir meu coração para ele. Você vai aprender comigo. Eu tenho curta vida. Você vai aprender. Não fica raiva. Vida é curta. Você vai aprender comigo. Ontem foi a última aula.
tá podendo trabalhar pra ficar com ele. Ninguém. Ele mente, ele nunca fala que tá mal, tadinho. Ele ia fazer cirurgia amanhã. Não vai querer ficar doente. A pressão dele subiu muito. Muito forte. Ele sofreu AVC. E também senti meu coração de fumaça, não podia não, cara. Porque eu amo muito. E desde a Gaia eu fechei meu coração, porque eu sofri a Gaia, a perca da Gaia. Mas eu não aceitei que eu não tenho a Gaia. Porque ela não tá aqui. Como ela ia gostar daqui. Então depois da Gaia, eu fechei meu coração.
Imagina os dois juntos aqui. Ele ia ser muito amigo da Gaia. E a Gaia gostava exatamente do jeito dele, de brincar.
Mesmo Roots e Petite. Sim, pensar na Gaia de Peter.
Ia aparecer. Até
Não
hoje.
foi Gatos no Mal. Gaia e Fumaça, não. Outra coisa.
Tão curto, né?
Os dois sabem, eles estão aqui por pouco tempo. Também Gaia e o Peixe. E não deixa Gaia entrar em casa. Caça Sônia. E ela jogou rato pequeno dentro da casa. Para abrir o coração.
Ela era tão especial, né? Ela tinha espírito selvagem. Como o meu, igual o meu.
Então ficou em 2 anos.
Eles vivem só 2 anos.
Pelo menos meus pais vivem muito ainda. Meus pais.
Ficar aqui, com esse projeto, esquecer do meu pai, sabe? Eu não ajudo nada, eu não ajudo com dinheiro, eu não ajudo com presença.
Não é isso.
Ele me respeita tanto, eu tenho que todo dia ele me liga, ele nunca me falou que tá mal.
É isso. Metes para ele sabe, ele vida depois de muitos anos, vida é corto. Ele é como fumaça, né? Nunca fica em nada. Eu tenho tempo para fazer raiva.
Então pode, nunca dá com raiva, ele nunca tá falando mal de ninguém, ele nunca faz nada ruim. Ele só quer.
Ele aproveita em ano de feliz, gratidão, mais de meu país, vida inteira. Você fala como você com ele, você celular?
Sim, agora com a de chamada com ele, porque a cirurgia deveria ser amanhã, mas ele não tá bem pra fazer cirurgia. Eu fui pro hospital 3 vezes, minha irmã não tá trabalhando 3 vezes, e ele não sabia de nada. Ninguém falou nada. E ele também estava no hospital com o pai dele ontem.
Você me chama de confidência, né?
Ele tem que cuidar, né?
Não.
Mas ele sempre casar. Ele sempre andando de coração fechado.
Ela se permite 6 horas mais possível. Na verdade, é meu sofrimento. Eu falo que você mais medicina de dor, por favor. Então, eu convidava com ele. Então, falta muito, essa não é dor para ele. Ele fala neurológico. O filho é cantando, feliz, não sei. Pessoas pegam muito medicina. E algo velho tá. E não começa fazendo isso. E eu sempre mesmo coisa, ayahuasca. Quando ele morre. Quando ele pedi você ajuda-me, vou vomitar. Esse vomitar significa morta para mim. Quando você voltar para ele. Não quero saber nada. Ele é velho, ele é fraco. Vomita, mas não é morta. Sai da alma. Você mata o pai do mesmo conta. Ele não conseguiu mudar mais. Até folhos fica sem poder. miércoles odio secar, otra hora de día. Mas como sea, seguinte, ótimo.
En otro verbo.
Really? Me lembra yo ayahuasca como orgasmo. Conexión con todo el universo. Purifica. Como mi amor, mi hermano, mi padre, mi madre, todo. Y quiero colocar mi cara. Quase jogamos todo o corpo dentro desse buraco. Chama. Entonces esse ayahuasca uma aula, uma mensagem para não ter medo de morte. Você vai ter medo antes de que você medo de não sei o que vai passar. Muito dor, muito bliss, muito orgasmo. E ayahuasca também. Não tem medo, não faz medo de morte. Só sua ego tem medo. As necessidades de essa vida são muito mais grandes que essa vida. Mas pelo menos você falando com seu pai, cada dia, muitas pessoas nascem e morrem no mesmo lugar e pai. Ele tem medo, ele pai tem medo. Meus pais, nosso ancestral, nunca nasce e fica toda a vida sem pai. Nos pássaros, mas pais nunca ensinamos voar, buscar outros florestas. Nós estamos fazendo isso. Exactamente o que eles querem. Pelo menos os brancos colonizar o mundo, mas eles também criar internet celular. Ainda tem a possibilidade de falar com meu pai. E você aproveitando? Eu não aproveitando, eu não falar com meu pai. Não é só raiva, porque eles tratam não, não vou falar com ele. 40%. 60% é porque meu pai e eu não criar relacionamento. Só disciplina So obedencia. Ok, eu vou falar com elas. Ok, ele vai falar comigo.
Vou colocar o número.
Mas tá querendo que tinha. Mas eu só penso lá. Boa relacionamento. Você compartilha muito sobre sua vida com seu pai ou não? Não, não faz.
Não, é muito difícil quando eu tenho tempo das pessoas.
Você destaca com seu pai?
Não, assim, porque meu pai, ele me liga aqui precisar 15 vezes para conseguir falar com ele. Eu não existe, fácil.
Não, eu falando sobre tem boa relacionamento, você compartilhar informação, você passa com sua vida, relacionamento.
Ele liga, ele fala que quando ficar bem vai pegar a net, levar, já falei pra net também. E ele nunca fala que tá mal. Que precisa de ajuda.
Mas você fala sua vida com ele.
Ele sempre pergunta como você
Quando
tá.
você
Eu falo com os pais. Ele pergunta sobre você. Se você tá bem, se sentindo.
entrar e quando ele está mal, fala tudo bem. Me fala, não dá informação, você dá seu aberto com ele.
Oi, Thiago, bom dia. Daqui a pouco pra gente ficar.
There's no time to be angry. There's no time to be spiteful. There's no time to be fake. There's no time to chase acceptance and validation. And love and kindness from others. There's no time. No time. Our lives are so short.
Your life and my life will be over like this. every one, every cats, every dog, every giant bug that appears in your life is here to teach you something, to deliver some message for you to evolve, to grow. If you're not growing, then you're dead. Is a tree alive? Yes, because it grows. Is a rock alive? No. Rock doesn't really grow unless it does. I guess rocks grow out of the lava, right? Talking about 1 billion years or whatever. Rock grows very slowly. Um, so yeah, then everything grows. Or shrinks. Famasa is going to begin shrinking underground here. This is where Amanda and I buried him. Filled with roots and stuff. It was very hard to hold. Tons of giant roots and like bushels of roots, like hair, like literally like dreadlocks of roots. So we only got like a foot underground. Famasa is only covered by like 6 inches of dirt. Just as long as the dogs don't dig. I think it's better if you're closer to the surface. When it rains there, organic juices will seep into the soil, and if you bury them too deep, it's going to seep into the soil like 6 feet. It's going to seep into the soil like 7 feet. That's not where roots grow. A whole lot of roots. Most trees grow roots wide instead of deep. Here in the jungle, you don't need deep roots because it's raining a lot. So Famasa, you are going to decompose your body here, and your physical juices will get slurped up by the trees as nitrogen and whatnot, carbon, I don't know. And all the bugs and stuff will eat you. You spent your whole life keeping yourself immaculately clean. You were the cleanest cat ever. You would get dirty, but come back and meticulously clean your coat. Beautiful shiny coat. One of the most beautiful cats I've seen. You were an ugly duckling though. You were a very ugly duckling when you were a baby. I was like, what the hell is this rat looking cat? Skinny, big nose, weird expressions on your face. I was trying to find that photo of you I took of you. You're such a clown. You liked being a clown. You, you knew how to make me laugh. And but you became a ugly duck. You became the most handsome dude, muscular, fit, just kingly. You were just very, but you were still young, so more like a princely, yeah. Prince Fumasa, that's who you are. Pure royalty. And you wouldn't accept the idea that, no, I don't want a cat. I don't want to love you. You're like, no, you're gonna love me. Come here. I'm gonna sleep on your face until you love me. Like literally, like you would find whatever corner of my body, whether it's like the back of my knees or however I'm laying on the bed. Okay, I'm gonna sleep right here in this crevice of your neck. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, I would move. And like, get over here. Using me as like your personal human pillow. I would do the same if I had like a giant cow, you know, 500-pound tiger, cow, or whatever, bear. Like, let me sleep up against this. And that's what you wanted to do all the time until you broke open my heart. And when Amanda was like, let's go, I was like, well, if I go, I have to bring Tomasa. And she's like, what are you talking about? You've only known her for a year or two. Leaving behind. I'm like, there's no leaving behind, Tomasa. You broke open my heart.
Oi, princesa. Tudo bom, princesa? Vocês estão aonde? Tá bom, tô com saudade de vocês. Tá, beleza, deixa eu ver Mostra pra eu Vicente dançando na bananinha.
So my dad is likely dying from cancer. He perhaps has a year or two.
Meu amor, vou ter que desligar pra ele vai trabalhar. Elas são 12h10 e tem que abrir.
Just like Ramasa had a year or two of his life. And Gaia only had a year or two.
Olha o pai aqui no salão, ó. O pai de ficar aqui no nosso salão. Aí ele faz aqui desligar, porque elas são 12h10.
Amanda's father is in the hospital right now as well.
Mas tá desliga, não me
Doesn't look good.
viu, homem? Por favor, né?
He's gone to the hospital several times before, so it's easy to be like, oh well. He's having these often, like once every 6 months or once a year. His heart is weak. He starts having a heart attack. So this might be another Oh, just another heart attack. But it's like, you know, having 4, 5, 6, 7 heart attacks. One of those heart attacks usually don't come back from. Jonas was flown to see his father, who is suffering from cancer as well. So is it a coincidence? There's a lot of death going on right now. Synchronicity, synchronicity. When coincidences aren't really coincidences there. Almost like a script. It's when you're watching a movie and like, yeah, that coincidence happening is unbelievable. But then in real life, coincidences happen that are even more unbelievable. How am I supposed to grieve for Kumasa when everyone else is grieving for their loved ones? How can I grieve for their loved ones when I'm grieving about my cat having died yesterday? Why is it happening at the same exact time? Why is it happening at the same damn time? That's what I want to know. I mean, you can't logically think it out how it all happens at the same time. It won't ever logically make sense. It would be impossibly difficult to synchronize more hair. I cut my hair. It had grown to about my shoulders. Cut my hair about a week ago. To signify my death, or a little death. Part of me died about a week ago. A small part, but a big, influential part. A part of me that is afraid of others being afraid of other men, being afraid of women, being afraid of other people not liking me, being afraid of not being loved. All of that died pretty much in one instant. Pretty crazy story. I got taken to a dark room in Brazil. I got kidnapped. Taken to a dark room where it was me and like 4 or 5 guys, each bigger than me. Not humongous, but total it's like, 600 pounds versus 150 pounds. Like literally 10 fists versus 2 fists. And they took me, I should say, I let them take me. I didn't resist. I let them take me to a place where they could beat me. That's what they wanted to do, taking me there. I half believe they wanted to just talk it out, show me, or like, I don't know, look at security cam footage or accuse me and hear me out. See, what happened was I was in a store and I wanted to buy 6 tiny little glass jars for sauce sample size. Like they're like 30 cents each. And there's so many little ones, it's hard to hold. I don't want to break glass. So I put it all in this bag that had the seeds of a fruit I bought. Like I wanted to spit the seeds out. Instead of on the street, I wanted to take it back home and plant the seeds. So I had a plastic bag with a bunch of seeds. And I was like, shit, it's hard to carry. I'll just put all these little jars in this plastic bag. Then I went looking for other supplies. I asked a couple people, workers there. This place is filled with workers, by the way. And they're all giving weird answers. I'm like, do you have this? Do you have that? And they just act like an asshole and they're like, anyways, the whole company's filled with assholes, certainly. I suddenly had to take a big shit, like urgent diarrhea, possibly, but a lot. The line to the checkout was long. So first thing I'm doing is like, I want to look for like a restaurant or coffee shop or something to go poop. So I step out of line and I start looking outside because there's a bunch of stores nearby on the street, and I'm like just going to get a good look. I don't see anything. I step out a little more. I don't see anything. I'm still in the store. I haven't left the store, and a guy comes up to me. He doesn't say anything, or he's like low voice, and he's pointing at my bag, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy this. I'm not leaving. I'm not stealing. Eu vou pagar. Is what I kept trying to say. And then he like starts pushing me back into the store. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna buy. Okay, being a little pushy, I'll go back in line. And when I got back in line, he didn't stop pushing me. He was like, no. He kept pushing me further.
wanted me to go to the back of the store. And at that point, I half thought he wanted to talk about him thinking I was stealing, and I would explain everything. And I started explaining, like, yo preciso faz coco, yo quiero bañero. Estoy olhando para onde está bañero. Just trying to explain, I was just only looking outside to see where a bathroom might be. And he was pointing to me to go upstairs. And I was half thinking, is he saying the bathroom is upstairs? Go to the bathroom then? And I half knew this was not the case. He was being violent. He wanted to be more violent, take me to some place where he could be extremely violent without people seeing. And when I got to the top of the stairs, I immediately saw that this room was dark that they took me to. And that's when they immediately started sucker punching me from all sides. There was like a group of them waiting. Or one person, the first guy hit me, and immediately everyone else unquestioningly, like they've done this times. Like I'm just another cockroach. Like just automatically, no questions asked. They all thought I was a run-of-the-mill thief. And they wanted to get some superhero action going on. I thought they were all Batman beating up criminals. So it was kind of like a misunderstanding, kind of like I think a racial element to it. If I was a different color, perhaps they would have gone easier on me. But I had been fearing that exact situation, not situation, but I had been fearing being surrounded, completely surrounded by people who despise me, who don't like me at all. This fear of not being loved, right? You're completely on your own. Everyone wants to hurt you. They hate you that much. They want to put you up, nail you to a cross, throw rotten fruit and shit at you, and stone you to death. Take out all their anger on you. This had been a fear of mine, I think, ever since learning about Christianity and the Christians. The idea that Jesus was hated. Oh, bom dia.
So that's been a fear of mine my whole life. That's been part of who I am. The fear of getting tortured by everyone. So, mob hatred, sacrifice, human sacrifice, something, whatever Jesus went through, that was my biggest fear. Almost like, what do you call it? Post-traumatic, I don't know. As if I experienced it before. Probably in various ways. As a kid, we've all experienced it in some way. You show up as a kid at the playground and all the kids say, "Get away, we don't want you here." For any stupid reason that kids are cruel. I guess we've all been through something like that at least once in our lives. That's a form of this rejection and getting kidnapped and tortured by a bunch of people as, trying to hurt you as hard as they can with their hands. That's another form of that to the extreme, and that was the extreme fear that I had in my life. And how do you deal with that fear? You just deal with it. You just keep it. So at 45 years old, I fear years old, I fear others, basically, right? That's what it comes down to. You fear the opinion of others, whether it's loving you or everyone despising you. That's what I feared, everyone despising me. So what happened that day was I allowed a bunch of people who despised me, even through some unfortunate coincidence of miscommunication. These people spoke with an accent, a Brazilian accent that I'm not familiar with. So I didn't understand what they were saying. But I was giving them the benefit of the doubt that they're calm people, which they're not. They are angry people. And I should mention that I'm a prophet, so I can see the future. And so I knew what was happening. I knew they were going to beat me up. And there is a logical part of my mind saying, they're not going to beat you up. They're going to talk it out with you. And it was like two voices on my shoulder. Just go upstairs with them. They're going to talk it out. It'll be fine. And there's another side of me that said, they were going to possibly kill you. They're going to try to hurt you as much as they can. And you might die. And it's not that I ignored that voice. It was like, let's see what that is like. Let's see how I handle it. Let's see how it feels to be despised one trying to be really bad. And when they started throwing punches, I was shocked that I was right. And when it was all over, or at least I think when they got tired or their fists hurt, I have some bony spots in my body, and the bony spots in my body are bony because I've broken them before as a kid, and the bones there healed bigger. Like there's a big bony um, ball where I've had broken bones before in the past, and I noticed they hit them and didn't want to keep punching me anymore. I think I hurt their fists. This is bare knuckle, right? Not boxing gloves or even MMA padded fists. These are bare knuckles with exposed fingers, and they hit. Instead of hitting like muscle, like I'm not a muscle guy, they hit my bones, and instead of punching me individually 12 times each, individually they each punched me like 5 or 6 times each. I got them to hit my elbow bones, my collarbones, and my shoulder bones. And without gloves, I think a lot of people don't have experience fighting against a bony, skinny guy. I think they're used to fighting chubby or muscly guys where at least muscles has some flex cushion to it. So yeah, I was extremely impressed. I was able to walk out of there covered in shit. I did shit my pants. I told you I had to go take a shit, right? Well, they kicked and punched me in the stomach enough times where on one of the kicks or punches, all the shit came out. Like, you punched right in the right spot. There's no other place for the shit to go but out. So there's my proof. Like, there's my proof. I told you. No, I didn't say that. I couldn't. I was fighting for my life. They were trying to take my head off. They landed some punches, like to my chin area, but not my chin directly. And my martial arts training really came into use. I grew up, did about 4 or 5 years of martial arts as a kid. And during that time, I would get yelled at for never hitting back. I would literally just be practicing my dodging and blocking skills. And so during sparring sessions, everyone was like, yes, I got to beat up on Jeff because he never punches back. And so they would just swing wildly at me. We're wearing pads or whatever, but still, you know. And that's about 4 or 5 years of just dodging punches. Really comes into use when you're fighting against 5 people. I think it was 6 because there were 4 people originally
One or two people came from other rooms to tag team. It was like the first 4 people were tired or whatever, or gave up, and the other 2 were like, I'll take over for you. And there's video out there. One of them was filming, so he'd be able to confirm on video. This company is called DACE and CIA, 10 and CIA. I know it sounds weird, but they're a houseware store that has more employees than their sales justify. If you wink, wink, get what I'm saying. They pretend to make more money legitly than they do in reality. In reality, they make money with political and narcotic and banking. So these people basically cartel. Who also own a store that sells jars and Tupperware. If you know anything about money laundering, or you need to get your money laundered. So yeah, I was impressed by how well I did. I was impressed how unfazed I am by it. I was impressed by it was like 5 guys me did their best to beat the shit out of me. Succeeded in beating the shit out of me, but I didn't have to go to the hospital. My face was mostly fine. Everything was temporary bruises, nothing permanent. No scars, no broken bones. I semi-lost consciousness, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if I lost consciousness or if I entered my flow state, dodging either people on the basketball court or football field, or dodging punches in real life. I black out. And when I black out, I just react. My brain stops thinking, and I'm just doing like a surfer in the middle of a giant wave. Anyways, I don't know if I got punched out, knocked out, or if I just blacked out and dodged all these punches so that only glancing punches landed. Any punches that did land, I used some like meditation, kung fu, chi energy shit to successfully not be seriously hurt by those punches or kicks. I took one to the face that was like brutally dead on. I know the guy really good about that, like, ooh, right in the chin neck area. And I think I'm like surprised that that didn't knock me out. It rattled me. I was like, whoa. But I didn't get knocked out. It left my chin a little swollen for like 3 days. Made it difficult to eat or chew because the chewing muscle, right? But I left there thinking, wow, my biggest fear, being despised and hated by everyone around me and beaten and tortured like Jesus,
happened, and it wasn't that. Oh,
Pra ele.
isso aqui é queimado, colocar aqui.
Não coloca até.
Tá. Desculpa para não amo você mais, fumaça.
Poderia ter amado mais.
E
A
você
gente estava
também,
de coração
amada.
fechado. Hã?
E você também, desculpa para não vocês mais. Fumaça ensinando isso. Eu termino olho. This ain't for show anymore. As the kids used to say, shit just got real. Shit just got real.